be played in?
Yeah, when Lauren has the ability to drag out the game. Uh, when Lauren has the ability to drag out the game, the counter spell is quite excellent.
Yep.
Also, an excellent Snapcaster Mage target.
All right. As you see
looks
there,
like
there's events
getting
coordinator, Collie Anderson, who's been working hard since basically 6 a.m. every day that she's been here.
This weekend.
This weekend, yes. Yes. Here with the second to last match here with the semifinals.
Really.
Long weekend for the guys and gals that work here this weekend. Plenty of hours of the judges that they put in. Doing from everything from scorekeeping to making sure that things are under control here.
Yeah, and as you see, as it was this morning, as we get later in the evening, the event hall is clearing out.
Yes.
Most of the action for today is gone, and you see quite a few empty chairs.
Fortunately for us, we are in another room, so we don't have to worry about whispering.
I could yell at the top of my lungs, but I will spare your ears.
Yeah, I think the coverage wouldn't appreciate that either. People at home.
No,
all right, looks like
not your ears. I'm sparing the.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm all about the listeners.
Oh, okay. All right, so it looks like
I don't
Jeff.
care about Jeremy, Jesse. You know, do it for the listeners.
All right, it looks like that Jeff has a wasteland in his hand for sure.
Wasteland, Brainstorm, Tarmogoyf. Don't see that tropical island. I did not see a blue source of mana.
No.
But Lauren is keeping his hand. Has a variety of spells. Just as our director cuts away from us seeing Lauren's wonderful hand.
I believe he had a in his hand. I believe he had the Thoughtseize in his hand.
I saw that as well.
Yeah.
I was not able to catch many of the other cards.
Okay.
Wow. There we go. There's
excellent work. All right. It looks like
Spell Pierce, Swords of Plowshares,
Plowshares.
Crocus, some sort of dual land, and
Click maybe. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, there's maybe that's a Spell Pierce I'm seeing. Okay, we saw the Spell Pierce. All right. All right, so they're going to go down to 6. For those of you who may have been watching Pro Tour coverage and switched over to us here, first of all, thank you for coming over to join us. We are at the semifinals of the Star City Games Open Series in Indianapolis, Indiana. We have Lauren Nolen, our #1 seed with Esper Stoneblade, against Jeff Rasmussen playing Rug Delver. We had 8 different archetypes in the top 8.
Pretty standard fare for Legacy.
Yes.
Maybe once in a while you get 7.
Yeah.
Right? You rarely get fewer than 4 archetypes in a Legacy top 8. If you go look back week after week, we're
very
on the
few
open
mirrors.
seed. You don't play a ton of mirrors in Legacy, and your top 8s have 6 or 7 decks, and the format is by no means just the Wild West. Decks are defined. There are archetypes. Like 6 of these, you could say that 6 of these 8 decks are legitimately tier 1.
Yeah.
In Legacy, just the tier 1 in Legacy occupies a large space.
Tier 1 is not like tier 1 in most normal standards, where it's like 2 or 3 decks, where the rock paper scissors comes into play there. All right.
Wasteland. Lauren's Tundra sets us back to turn 1, where Lauren Nolen gets to draw his Black Source and play a Thoughtseize.
Okay.
Sees the most threatening card in the matchup, Nimble
Mongoose.
Almost assuredly going to be the card taken. A Delver of Secrets, a Brainstorm, and 3 lands. So Jeff is quite mana-flooded. If I were Jeff, I would have actually preferred to play the Nimble Mongoose.
Okay.
On turn 1. Wasteland is very good when you're gaining tempo from it.
Yes.
Having something in play first. A good sequencing for Jeff would have been turn 1 Mongoose, or turn 1 Delver even.
Yes.
Turn 2 play the other creature and then the Wasteland. Makes much better use of his mana.
What he's staring down right now is the fact that when he does play the he pulled another Mongoose. Okay, when he plays when he pulls the Delver out, Delver will be met probably by either 1 or 2 of Lauren's Sword of the Plowshares that are in his hand right now. He will play land pass turn. Okay, he will swing in for Uno.
Yeah. Lauren's outs to the mongoose are few, but they do exist. Wow, a second wasteland from Lauren. So Jeff definitely piling on the wastelands. This is
Well,
excellent for Jeff. Very tough for Jeff. The Source of Posture does work for Lauren, but unfortunately for him, he is out of lands. He's going to need some of those lands, either Mishra's Factory or 2 blue sources for Vendilion Click, or else this Nimble Mongoose is going to get his life total.
Yeah, because he will crack in order to get closer.
That's excellent draw for Lauren. Not only that is, no Brainstorm from Jeff. Oh.
Polluted Delta, played by
Excellent
Lauren.
discipline, yeah.
Okay, there's a Volcanic Island.
The third land for Jeff.
Brainstorm now. There we go. All right, we'll see if Lauren has any response to this.
I don't believe he'll stifle this. He has a Force of Will. Force of Will is tough to use on a Brainstorm, but Lauren also knows that Jeff's cards are largely interchangeable, except for the fact that Jeff is very mana flooded.
Okay, Force of Will and throwing Click
away. He actually has a second Vendilion Click in his hand.
All right.
So keeping the spell. I don't like keeping the Spell Pierce. I would have preferred to see the Spell Pierce pitched and the second Vendilion Click kept, because he knows he's going to need to deal with that Mongoose, and one Vendilion Click may not do it.
Okay, it looks like Lauren drew the Stoneforge Mystic. He needs to crack that Polluted Delta.
It's getting stifled. Brainstorm.
Oh, Brainstorm. That does not look...
Okay, so Lightning Bolt and Tarmogoyf are Jeff's cards in hand. So you get a basic island.
Well, maybe he's tired of
getting wasted.
Yeah.
I actually don't like that. I would have gotten a Underground Sea.
Okay.
If only because if Jeff draws a Wasteland, killing the Caracas is going to cripple Lauren anyway.
Yes.
Also, Jeff is down 2 Wastelands. A third Wasteland not terribly likely, although it would still be one of Jeff's best card, even with the island. So I think Lauren has to pretend like Jeff will not draw another Wasteland.
Okay, it looks like Lauren went for the Batterskull.
Mm-hmm. That's one of his other ways to defeat the Stoneforge Mystic.
All right.
So
that's 6 in the graveyard for Jeff.
Yeah, the Lightning Bolt from Jeff is going to make it 7. And kill the Stoneforge Mystic.
There it is. Matches the exact card that we have on the screen there.
Yeah.
Exact same art and everything.
Lightning Bolt does 3.
When it was reprinted in Standard, it bring up a whole lot of fun.
A pause.
Uh-oh.
Maybe a little. To try to draw a second card, basically, on accident, purely on accident. Maybe you've seen a second card.
Okay. Someone asked about the dim lights here. There's been some small issues with the lighting here this weekend, as far as it actually being too bright. So in this situation now, it may look a little dimmer on the screen, but actually it is 1,000 times better than it was when we started on Saturday for Standard.
One of the unique challenges of this venue is concerning with the lighting. Okay, we have an update from the other semifinal match. Sam Crollo is up a game with his Omnitel deck against Michael Burnett and High Tide.
Okay, this could be exciting. If having an Omnitel potentially, it's only game 1, making it to the finals. I think an Omnitel Stoneblade matchup would be Quite interesting. All right.
Alright, so Jeff draws his 4th land, meaning he is severely mana flooded for what Rug Delver likes. Unique thing about Rug
Tarmogoyf.
Delver is it's the only card in Jeff's deck that costs. Oh wow, that's a fantastic draw. If Lauren's willing to play out his deck,
He's got to figure out exactly how much the Tarmogoyf was at this time.
land, instant sorcery creature, I believe is all we have. So 4.
Yep, 4/5.
And didn't even use the die. Shame on you, Raf. He seems like an anti-Tarmogoyf die. When the Tarmogoyf die is awesome. This is also an excellent draw from Lauren. An engineered explosives for 1. So he can start to stabilize, assuming a non-stifle draw. Or brainstorm also pretty good.
All right, so he will swing in with it.
And Jeff attacks Lauren down to 7 life, and main phase Ponder. So all these altered. There's I think that's a different altered Ponder that I've seen. So the question for Jeff is, does he want a lightning bolt or a forked bolt? That represents 5 of the 7 damage needed to kill Lauren, but Jeff opts to go for a new card as Lauren admires Jeff's altar.
The Spider-Man. Oh no, this isn't
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
it's a different altar. He had a Spider-Man one earlier.
Yes.
I'm not sure what this is.
Can we zoom in on that quick?
Zoom on a sweet altar.
The ponder in the middle of the screen. Okay.
It looks like Yoda, Darth Vader, and
Chewie.
Chewie. All right, I like it. Star Wars.
Spider-Man, Star Wars. Hey, hopefully we'll get to see another altar from that. Altars have been such a thing right now. One of the artists that I know, Eric Klug, does some phenomenal alterations.
And he has a phenomenal cube.
Oh yes, that too.
Eric Klug is one of my faves.
Yeah, he does some fabulous work out there.
Alright, so Jeff kind of drawing pretty poorly. Spell Pierce is still pretty good. As a Spell Pierce, still has the 4th land, and he has a 4th bolt as well.
Okay, well, Laura needs to get off of 2 lands quickly. He needs to.
That would be ideal. For
brainstorm right now to hopefully find a 3rd land here.
It's going to get Spell Pierced, but I think actually Lauren wants to force back. He's got a. He may be content, but I would not be if I was Lauren. But he seems to be content.
Okay.
To
let it go.
Yeah. Jeff cracking a fetch to quote unquote thin his deck, but the deck thinning properties is not of getting a land out of your deck not that high actually.
No.
Statistics. I wish I knew where to find it, but I read a statistics article way back in the day, and you have to thin your deck 4 lands to draw 1 extra card and 16 draws. So that's
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
On average, of course.
Yes.
But you don't gain very many percentage points by thinning your deck, and nonetheless draws the best card in his deck.
Force of Will.
Noble Mongoose, but Lauren can Force of Will anything. So.
And he drew another one.
Drew another one. He's gonna run out of cards in his hand and blue cards. He's still only on 2 lands and doesn't really have that much in the way of action. Delver Seekers, that's probably got to get Force of Will as well.
Oh,
nope.
So let go. Oh, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Can't do anything with it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and it flips.
I believe that's going to be game.
3.
3 and the 2 forked bolts will finish it off.
Oh, throws the land. Okay. Let's see what he does. Oh. Thank you to MTG-21 who put the article there for you.
Yeah.
I'll link for it on there.
That is, I believe, Jason Abong. He is a 2 or 3 time top 8 competitor,
Yes.
the Open Series.
Yes, thank you very much for sending us that article.
He also has
Definitely.
a twin brother, so
There you go.
hashtag MTG Twin 2 is likely Jeff Obong.
Yes. So if you want to see that article, he did send it to Adam Prozac and to SCG Live. You can look at the TCG Player article that actually has the story on that. Thank you again.
What time is it?
It's trivia time.
All
Trivia
right,
time.
trivia time.
Trivia
Hey,
time.
we're back. This time it's not for 3 months.
It's for 6 months.
6 months. All right. We were talking about his article a little earlier today. A little earlier during Legacy.
Okay.
Okay. This writer, premium writer,
Premium writer for StarCityGames.com.
StarCityGames.com, wrote an article about 20 questions and dating advice.
All right.
Only 2 lines about it. But if you know who this Star City Game premium writer that wrote 20 questions about Legacy, and dating advice, submit it to Star City Games Premium, which is right there. Hashtag SCG Premium. And you might be a lucky winner of 6 months of SCG Premium. I was talking to him earlier this week, and I said, I'm going to use your article as a question.
All right.
And he was like, go for it. So this one's for you, and we'll go from there. Hopefully
All right,
we
so
will.
you have a while because you have until the end of this match.
Yes.
The end of this Lauren Nolen match to get your answers in, but make sure you use the hashtag SCG Premium. And make sure you have a correct answer.
Yes.
Because if your answer is wrong, we will not pick you.
These guys have our producer and our director. They have to go through a lot of answers because it's not like there's 4 people that answer the question correct. There are plenty. As I'm watching the list at SCG Live, just alone answering, obviously there are plenty of people who read premium and know this answer because the answer is flowing up and down the stream correctly there on Twitter here. So, all right.
People want their premium, man.
Yes, they do.
I don't blame them.
Yeah, well,
Premium articles are sweet. I read. I probably say I read 90% of the articles. Like I say, there are a couple ones that aren't my type of magic, but I think most of them are very, very excellent reads.
Yeah, it's funny. I joke about this a little bit with my wife sometimes when it gets around 11 o'clock, because Central Time, Eastern Time. They start up.
So they come for you. New articles every day.
11
at 11 p.m.
Yes.
I have to wait till 12 p.m.
Yes, there are times where all suddenly it's like quarter to 11. Yeah, you go to bed. I will wait a little bit and read my articles right away as they come out. Just to have that information.
Just to get rewards for being the first to comment on something.
Well, I don't really comment that much, but I do enjoy the fact of reading the articles. There are very few that I have issues with because I really enjoy the insights that they provide. And if you are answering the question correctly, you have potential of winning 6 months of Star City Games Premium. Okay.
You know how else you can win premium?
By answering question
How
in the
else?
finals?
I mean, you can win premium by answering questions here. You know how else you get free Star City Premium?
Show up at an SCG tournament, Open Series, and play.
Yep.
You get 1 month of free premium.
Yep.
Yes,
If you at every Open, you play, you get a month of free premium
And a deck box.
and a deck box.
Yes.
I do not own any other deck boxes anymore. I own, actually that's not true. I own 1 metal deck box that I don't use anymore.
Yeah, I need a few more. Unfortunately.
Yeah, get to it.
I know.
They have. Do you know how many Open Series they have?
Yes.
They have one almost every week.
I know they do. And if I could just convince my wife that I could go to more of these, instead of staying around with the kids, I would be able to do it. But, somehow they get in the way. But needless to say, we're going to look at sideboards here. Jeff Rasmussen, 2 Grafdigger's Cades, 2 Mine Harness, 1 Dismember, 2 Crows and Grips, a Pyroblast, a Red Elemental Blast, 3 Submerge, 1 Life from the Loam, 2 Rough and Tumble. What do you think Jeff is going to bring in against Lauren there?
And so the cards that are definitely not coming in. You don't want a card like Grafdigger's Cage just to stop Snapcaster Mage. You want, and you definitely don't want cards like the Pyroblast and the Red Elemental Blast. If only because the cards Lauren is going to win with are not blue. They are white. They're Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystic, the discard spells the equipment. That's how Lauren gets ahead. Jason Mindscar, if Lauren has enough to bring in, he can shave on his Jaces because they are so expensive.
Yes, and as we saw last time, mana was at a premium for him.
Yeah, he did not have a lot. Unfortunately for Lauren has cards that are basically specifically for this matchup, and 2 Supreme Verdicts.
Yes.
I mean the sweeper is good in other matchups, but you're playing Supreme Verdict over Wrath of God because of the Rug Delver matchup. Uncounterable kill Nimble Mongoose and whatever Stray Tarmogoyfs. It might only be a 1-for-1, but it's a very important 1-for-1.
Yes.
For Lauren.
All right. They're cutting here. Let's see if they both play with 7. As we get updates,
we do know that Sam Curlow is up
on
a game at minimum.
Yeah, if we find out a end result of that match, we will get to it as soon as possible. Glenn Jones out there busily away, typing away on that match. Okay. Looks like Jeff has...
The blue cards.
Yes, lots of blue cards. I don't know how many land he has.
Yeah, so
okay, so
looks like Lauren's keeping and Jeff is mulliganing.
Yeah.
I appear the answer to those blue source question will be 0.
Yes, lots of blue cards, no mana to use it. Makes it very difficult. I guess it only works if you're the gentleman that wins the Pro Tour. All right here. As he goes down the 6, Lauren, we're not getting a good look at his hand here. Hopefully we might get an opportunity to look at Lauren's
a big
hand.
mini face. He holds his cards away from the camera. So we just have to guess at the wonderful contents.
But he's your friend. He should be helping us out. He should be holding him up to the camera. Kind of like the good doctor did. He took that one card and flashed it right up to the camera for us.
Nolen does not help his friends.
Oh.
He tries to make their life as difficult as possible.
Excellent.
And I love him for it.
Okay. Turn 1, fetch line for a basic island.
The basics in Nolen's deck are no swamps, but 3 islands and a plains. So Ponder for Jeff.
That one looks different too, if I'm not correct.
Yep.
Can we get a look at that Ponder? Oh, Batman, the Joker, and the Punisher, if I'm not correct.
Okay.
Spawn.
Oh, Spawn. Okay, I apologize.
Yeah, my comic book, I wasn't even going to guess.
Okay.
My comic book knowledge is not up to date, although I do recognize Batman and Joker.
Yes.
I'm not that ignorant.
Okay, I guessed the Punisher, but it's Spawn.
Yeah.
That is his 3rd Ponder that has alternate art.
I would imagine there's a 4th one.
Yes, and now I want to see it regardless.
Yeah, me too.
We got to make sure that regardless of what happens in this match, that Jeff shows us the 4th Ponder on camera.
All right, Jeff, you're not allowed to win until you play your other Ponder.
Yes.
And if you have a choice between the Ponder we have seen and the Ponder we haven't seen, you must choose
The other one.
the Ponder we have not seen.
Okay, looks like he got a lightning bolt. Lauren will play Brainstorm at end of turn here.
Jeff, not thinking about dazing the reach through mists.
Okay, looks like a Sword to Plowshares. Maybe a Jit in his hand.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 Swords to Plowshares, yes.
And the Jace and a Stoneforge Mystic.
Looks like he wants
a Tundra and a Mishra's Factory. And the leftmost card in his hand. So if you can solve the logic puzzle, you know the contents of Lauren's hand.
All right. Lauren will be playing, all right, the Stoneforge Mystic, which will be met with a daze.
Actually, not too bad for Lauren there. That stops, slows Jeff's development, although he doesn't need much of something to go on, but this should be a main phase swords from from Lauren.
Looks like he has a polluted delta in his hand, along with Misha's factory, and 2 swords, a Jitte, and a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Surprised Lauren didn't play the Jitte and the swords. Because I think one would be okay if Jeff dazed the Jitte.
All right. 2.
So he wants to resolve his Jitte first, and then he's going to swords the Delver. So basically, he has to choose which spell he wants to play around days with. He chose the Jitte, but Jeff did not have another days either way. So green source for Tropical Island drawn for Jeff. Misty Rainforest cracked, and looks like a Tarmogoyf.
All right, here
I
comes.
wonder if Lauren will have the cojones to play his Jace into a daze or a lightning bolt.
Well, we'll see here. He's got the opportunity to do so. All right, we have a cut by Lauren here. And those for you just joining us, this is the Semifinals Legacy. Jeff Rasmussen just played Tarmogoyf, up 1-0 against Lauren Nolen. We are at Star City Games Open Series in Indianapolis, Indiana. We just had previously 8 rounds of Legacy, 204 players, cut down to the top 8. We are now in the semifinals. It is Rug Delver, Esper Stoneblade, and now Jace hits the floor. That will take the Tarmogoyf back to your hand.
Not going to be that fantastic of a play as things turn out, because Jeff will have has a 3rd land. You can replay the Tarmogoyf and has a lightning bolt for the Jace.
Okay.
So Jeff intent on thinning out his deck,
Scalding Tarn,
despite plenty of evidence to say that it doesn't work. The fetch lands are far more valuable as shuffle effects for Brainstorm and even Ponder. And hopefully the cool Ponder, the altered Ponder that we have not seen.
All right, let's see what happens here. Lightning Bolt, Tarmogoyf? Or Tarmogoyf, Lightning Bolt?
Yes, both of them.
Okay. Lightning Bolt?
Also, I believe he just drew 8 days. So,
Excellent.
awkwardly enough that he cannot. Yep, 5/6. A Planeswalker has entered. So it looks like we're gonna get a Thoughtseize. So he's got to tap a white mana for that, my friend.
Yes.
All right, Tundra makes white mana. Swords to Plowshares, exiles Tarmogoyf.
Sending Jeff way above 20. All right.
Would have been nice if Lauren had a 5th land. That way he could activate his factory, equip his Jitte, and swing in. But no, Lauren drew a counter spell instead. Excellent timing on the card. Jeff has a Daze and a Crossing Grip, but not anything else. So
The Daze doesn't help him.
Yep.
Not in this situation. Thanks to him having that 4th land. All right.
So if Lauren wants, he can suit up his factory, get a couple of counters on his Jitte. Doesn't, or he can choose to play around Lightning Bolt.
Well, there's the fetch line cracked.
Oh man, it'd be pretty rough for Lauren if he drew the Batter Skull and going to get it dazed. If he does in fact have the Batter Skull. Lauren is definitely the type of player to not crack his fetches before he needs them, so it's likely that. Oh nope, he just wants to crack his fetch land.
Get those counters on the JIT.
Yep. And, not a huge threat from Lauren, simply because Jeff drew a cursory grip, and now he has a lightning bolt. So, pretty fortunate sequence of events for Jeff, but he still doesn't have any pressure on Lauren, and
No.
I definitely like Lauren's deck as the game goes on.
Okay, in response to him activating the Misha's Factory, Jeff played a lightning bolt, eliminating Misha's Factory from the board, costing Lauren a land as well as a creature.
Looks like his second days.
Yeah.
So maybe both of those can team up to counter one spell. But not this Mishra's Factory. Ooh, Nimble Mongoose.
There we go.
There it
And
comes. Oh, just kidding. Basically, I think Lauren wanted to Vendilion click Jeff. That's what's going on. Alright. But never mind. He does not.
all right. Draw for Lauren, which we unfortunately cannot see his hand.
Oh, such a meaty face, Lauren.
Oh, it is the semifinals. You tend to play maybe a little tighter.
I think.
Oh, just dropped land.
We want to see engineered explosives for 1 mana.
Now
Doesn't do much. However, for Lauren, if he doesn't immediately crack it, if he passes priority to Jeff, this Corsair Grip could really save his. Okay, he does not pass priority, so Jeff down his Nimble Mongoose.
Yes. Very excellent play there by Lauren, because if he would not have done it, that Crossing Grip, like you said, would have eliminated as soon as priority would have been passed on that one. Okay.
We're gonna try and get in with the Mishra's Factory.
For 2.
Jeff plummets to 20 life. It's like we're playing Thragtusk over here. A Red Elemental Blast for Jeff.
Yeah, which right now.
Yeah, may have a little bit of over sideboarding. A lot of these very narrow answers in Crossing Grip and now Red Elemental Blast. Jace the Mind Sculptor for Lauren. So the fact that Lauren's leaning on Jace probably bodes well for him.
Okay. We're going to swing for 2. And, Crossing Grip.
Crossing Grip responds to the equip so that Lauren cannot pump. Response, he can also, because of a split second of Crossing Grip, Lauren cannot gain life either.
Yes, so that will take Jeff down to 20.
Ooh.
Brainstorm.
Powerful card. You might want to wait on either a fetch land, or in addition, he may want to wait on some spells that he can daze. Just to return lands to his hand, so he doesn't have to draw them anymore. Lingering Souls for Lauren. Wow.
Well, he could. Okay, Brainstorm. See what he gets here. Looks like
Another Brainstorm.
Spell, is that Stifle?
Is
And Fetch Land.
Stifle, yep.
Okay, getting rid of the days.
That's one of them. Maybe both of them? Nope, just one of them.
Okay.
Picking up a land with days. More than happy to pay.
Yep. There we go. It's got the 2 tokens out there.
Lauren
Represents.
has a Brainstorm and a Jace and a Swords of Postures in hand.
Yeah.
Pretty dominant right now.
All right. Okay, so now he will play the Brainstorm. There it is.
You fetch land the days and
Delver Secrets. Stifle. Days, like you said. Okay, here comes Delver Secrets.
Lord Nolen whittling down Jeff's life total. He abilities cast 3 Swords of Plowshares, which kind of give Jeff a nice boost in life. One with a 2 Lingering Souls token and a Mistress Factory, being able to actually get some progress in this game.
Yeah.
He knows without his normal equipment.
Okay, chooses to swing in with just the 2.
Mm-hmm.
I believe, if I'm not correct, you said he had a Jace in his hand.
He
before.
does.
Okay.
Don't imagine he'll cast it this
No.
turn, but he wants to see the Brainstorm on top of Jeff's deck. And then now he will. Jeff gains a little extra life, but Lauren gets the information to know what spell Jeff would flip his Delver with.
And those are the decisions that can allow a player to have advantage, especially when it comes to, because this match is going to drag on for a little longer. I mean, we're not going to have a winner in this game anytime soon. That, you know, he could be able to drag this out a little more and have that information, knowing that he does have the Brainstorm in his hand.
Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately for Lauren, it's a pretty spell that Jeff wants to cast right away.
Okay. Snapcaster Mage.
Snapcaster Mage. That might get the actual counter spell. Set for Red Elemental Blast. It's going to force his Brainstorm through. So just going to get the Brainstorm, I believe. But however, that's a Red Blast that is not. You know.
Okay.
Lauren really doesn't like this Brainstorm.
It looks like he drew another Snapcaster Mage. Jace the Mind Sculptor, which he's going to put back on top of his library. All right.
So Jeff gonna dig for some more cards.
Land, Lightning Bolt, and what looks like
Delver of Secrets.
Delver Secrets.
So I think with a fetch land in play, I believe Jeff can put back the land, and I believe he put back Days.
Yes.
But
all right. Delver passes turn. Good.
Position of Kozilek. I'll see if yeah. So Lauren should take the Lightning Bolt.
Yes.
You can absolutely play around any stifle left this game. So yep, Lightning Bolt goes down, and Jace Passe.
Now, let's see if he listened to you last time.
I don't think I actually don't think Brainstorm is the right question. Right thing here. He does have his spirits back to block.
Yes.
So but he's pretty much locked into doing that. A Fate Seal would actually make it completely unlikely that Jeff, just one Fate Seal, but very unlikely that Jeff will ever be able to kill it. And little loose play by Jeff. He knows the top card of his deck is a Daze. He doesn't want to draw the Daze, of course, but he does want to reveal something to Delver of Secrets. So if you reveal a card you're not going to draw, you flip the Delver on the upkeep, and then crack your fetch. So you can get a fresh draw and guarantee your Delver flip. This way, the way Jeff's done it, he doesn't know if his Delver is going to flip.
All right. We have so that will.
Well, it said something about seeing cards, or maybe just ask Jeff to shuffle his library again. So Jeff obliges. And
Okay. There's a question asked
I like questions.
to you. Should you fate seal an opponent even when they have a fetch land to crack and reshuffle?
Yes, you can. Often you want it for a plus because you want to add loyalty to your Jace.
Yes.
In this case, Lauren absolutely does want to add loyalty to his Jace. One game that you can play is a Grafdigger's Cage. So that's going to stop Snapcaster shenanigans and Lingering Soul shenanigans. So pretty reasonable because Lauren has both cards. But back to the Fate Seal question. If you're going into Fate Seal mode, if you want to add loyalty to Jace, you can still Fate Seal them. Because otherwise they can just leave their fetch land uncracked. If they have to crack their fetch land for something, no, you probably want to just scry one. But if you want to, if they have an uncracked fetch, generally Fate Sealing is a little better than scrying when you have a game close to locked up.
All right, looks like Lauren's going to go on the offensive here. Swing in with the Misha's Factory.
Alright, so Forked Bolt. Wow. This actually might kill the Jace. One's definitely gotten some value out of his.
Takes out the spirits.
But the spirits are gone.
Yep.
And the Jace is gone. Wow. What a card from Ambush Viper from Lauren Nolen.
Snapcaster Mage.
Nothing.
Yes. For a body. As the Grafdigger's Cage is right in front of him as he dropped the Snapcaster Mage down. Well, he has another Jace in his hand. Which...
That's one of those situations where I would have liked to see a Fate Seal from Lauren. Just to make sure his 5 counter Jace was safe, much safer than a 3 counter Jace.
Yeah, we'll see what he does here now.
I'd imagine that it would be unsummoning the Insectile Aberration. It's going to get stifled. So, Jeff out of cards, but Lauren kind of out of a ton of things to do. He can get aggressive with his, he can attack for 4. So the race is on, but Lauren down 2 Jaces.
Yeah. The Insect Aberration will do its job next turn. Taking care of Jace. Passes back.
Almost immediately.
Yeah, well, looks like a plane came in there for Lauren. That will allow him to still hit for 4 to take Jeff down to 8.
So if I was Lauren, I probably would have played a 5th land just to bluff Hardcast Force of Will. But Jeff do a Spell Pierce, and he has a Spell Pierce and a Red Blast.
Okay, I believe that was another 4, which will be met with a red Pyroblast to take care of Snapcaster Mage.
Lauren has another copy of his, yeah, I would have liked to see Lauren play a land there. You never know when you might need 8 mana in Legacy.
Yeah, I believe if I'm correct.
Ooh, Wasteland for Jeff.
That will take care of the Misha's Factory.
Yep.
Yeah, Lauren is correctly down to 11 life.
I don't think Lauren should cast his Snapcaster Mage. He should cast his Supreme Verdict first, and then he can end step. Lauren disagrees with me, once again.
Alright, draws another land. Looks like he has 2 lands in Supreme Verdict, and maybe 3 lands in Supreme Verdict.
Okay. Yeah, he has all lands in Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, there you go. You mentioned before you wanted him to play another land. Well, now he did. Gets in for 2. Jeff down to 4. Or no, is 4, correct?
It's
Yeah,
4.
4. Alright.
The Insecto back on D, and Lauren drops quite the whammy.
Stoneforge Mystic.
Yep. The GT is down, I believe, but the Batter Skull is very much alive.
Okay, well, he will. More than likely, right now, Jeff will trade with that unless he has something. Nope.
He didn't leave it back to not block.
Yes. So down comes Stoneforge Mystic, which only he has a Spell Pierce and
Misty Rainforest.
Misty Rainforest in his hand, so it looks like it'll go.
Just on top. Draw a card. Silver Girl Adept.
Wow. Now it looks like Lauren Nolen has a very good chance here of making this match 1-1. A Nimble Mongoose there, I believe, am I correct? Okay, and obviously that is at threshold already. Beyond threshold.
It's quite easy to say it's slightly above threshold.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what he does here. It looks like he has a...
I'll do a Thoughtseize. Willing to cast it. Alright.
Okay.
You got Spell Pierce.
And a Misty Rainforest. Oh, just so you know, the third character in the picture was Bane.
Okay.
Joker, Batman, and was Bane from the animated series versions. And thank you for those of you out there who informed us of that. Okay, in comes...
Batter Skull.
Yes, for hard casting it. Right in there.
Basically no reason for Lauren not to.
No.
Once he knows the hand. Looks like a blank from Jeff, and
We'll see Lauren swing again next turn.
probably correct to attack with the Stoneforge Mystic as well. You know that there's a second Crossing Grip, so it makes it maybe not the best, but he's going to anyway.
Okay.
Blocks the Germ to prevent himself from dying. Falls to 3, Lauren up to 13. And fetch land from Lauren.
Yeah, one polluted delta out there for him. Okay.
And we're on to game 3.
Yeah, it's gonna show him that he has 3 lands. Show his buddies that he has 3 land.
It's gonna happen in a game that lasts, as long as that match did.
Yeah.
So in record pace, only 46 minutes
For this.
for this match.
Yes.
Lauren Nolen already on game 3.
Well, it looks like Lauren wants to still sideboard some more stuff potentially here. Or at
Well,
least
a lot
he's
of
thinking
you
about it.
leaning way back in his chair.
Yes.
Doesn't want the camera to see.
There's the sideboards again.
It's interesting to see that Lauren did want the Lingering Souls.
Yeah.
Even though they're quite expensive against the aggressive mana denial deck of Jeff.
And for those of you just joining us, it is the semifinals of the SCG Open in Indianapolis, Indiana. Legacy. We had 8 rounds of standard, 204 players. We are Lauren Nolen 1-1 with Jeff Rasmussen. We have in the other match, it is Sam Crollo up 1-0 over Michael Burnett.
As far as we know.
As far as we know right now, and High Tide at this moment. Yeah, it looks like a little glance to the camera there by Lauren. Maybe a slight sigh. It's been a long day, and his deck has provided some long matches.
Absolutely.
Yes. Let's see. Oh, this way. This weekend, also here, we had some John Avon art. You can pre-order right now. More copies of it for yourself for the new art that he has coming out.
Yeah, the Return to Ravnica Basic Lands.
Yes. If you've watched Brad Nelson stream, which a lot of us have, you will see that Brad Nelson behind him has...
He has the ones that have been available for a while,
Yes.
the unhinged lands.
Yes, and this weekend...
But now there are new ones.
Yeah, and this weekend, a fair amount of them that were out there were not out there later on Sunday when I took a break. So those lands are very, very popular, and they are for pre-sale. right now on StarCityGames.com. All right.
Wow, a visitor strolling across Jeff Rasmussen camera. That's the first time in quite some time. Although we do see some people towards the back of the room.
Yes. Usually about this time in the tournament, there are very few people left. The judge that's nice enough to stay with us here to finish up these last matches. And the crew, it's been a long weekend for them. Worked very hard. The buyers and sellers are busy all weekend long. You will shortly see coming into the camera view our coordinator for the entire weekend, Collie Anderson, or at least she was headed towards that. She had put in some tremendous long days herself. I believe every day starting at 6 a.m. The great thing, well, I guess you'd say the great thing about it or the bad thing about it is these guys tomorrow have an 8-hour drive back to Roanoke. And that's a long, long drive.
It's not short.
No.
It's not the 18 that we talked about earlier.
Yes, yes.
I'm impressed.
Well, she did get to ride with her significant other for 18 hours, so that's not necessarily the worst thing on the planet to have happen.
Huh.
All right, they're shuffling up here. Jeff taking a quick glance at the reviewing the deck list, seeing if there's anything else there at all. The invitational that was held here at Indy.
Won by the guy on your left.
Yes, Laura Nolen.
Is that Star City Invitational champion?
Yes, he is. We were talking to him earlier about the fact that he wants to win
Every
form of a trophy he can get
Yeah.
at a Star Cities Open Series event.
He currently lacks a Legacy Open trophy.
It stands a decent chance here. We just found an update from the floor that the other match between Michael Burnett and Sam Crollo has gone 1-1. Same situation we're in right here. So they are headed off to game 3 between High Tide and Omnitel. All right, both these guys here are still going away, shuffling away here. Lauren has offered his deck. You know, we got to see a little bit this weekend before they shuffle up here. The bug decks running Abrupt Decay.
Yep.
When Abrupt Decay first came out, it was supposed to be the card for Legacy.
Well, the card in the set. When a new set comes out, only a handful of cards even are in consideration.
Okay.
Drew Levin does a fantastic job reviewing all the new cards that he sees any amount of potential.
Drew Levin, Legacy Specialist, I believe, correct?
Yeah,
Right?
Legacy Specialist. He does a fantastic job. Even if they're like very niche. He talked about Jared's orders, for example. But even his talking about everything, one set might provide 2 to 3 cards for Legacy. There are very few, even older sets, that provide multiple cards that are Legacy staples from the same set. So
yeah, I guess if you want to count 3rd edition lands, but
yeah, cycles don't really count.
Yeah.
Also, multiple printings.
yeah,
Like you said, I have an Ice Age deck,
yes,
but it's all cards that have been reprinted many, many times. But yeah, the amount of cards that get into Legacy. So when a new card does come up, it doesn't like turn the format on its head very often, but especially when it's a removal spell, it just provides another nice option for decks that are like. The problem is the black removal in Legacy is not very good. Dark Blast is very niche, although very good. Stuff like Perish, Diabolic Edict is not very good. Ghastly Demise is not very good. Innocent Blood. All these cards are very situational when you compare to the Lightning Bolt and Swords to Plowshares.
yeah.
So.
All right, so they are going to look at their hands and figure out what they're going to do. Okay, they're both going to keep. Lauren was down to 6. Looks like he kept, is that a 1-lander only, if I'm not correct?
Oh, you might be.
I see two. I see two Stoneforge Mystics. I see, I believe, a counter spell.
I see a scrubland.
Okay.
I will not make any jokes about where anybody lives. Nimble Mongoose for Jeff. Well, if he only had one land, I believe he had a polluted delta as well, and an island, so he's quite heavy on lands. Main phase Brainstorm from Lauren. Quite surprised to see that.
All right, let's see what he goes here. We'll put on the top here. Looks like
Oh man, I'm excited. Jeff has 2 ponders.
Ah, but is it the...
We have a 50% chance.
Yes, we do. So play those ponders right now as quickly as you can. He's got a brainstorm. That may slow him down from playing his ponders. But we'll see here.
I believe Jeff does not have a second land, and ponder would be the absolute correct play.
There it is.
This is our Joker Batman ponder again, so I'm relatively disappointed.
Okay, but it looks like a Nimble Mongoose. It looks like
a Misty Rainforest and a Crescent Grip.
Yeah.
Stack it, draw the Misty Rainforest. Then you can draw the second Nimble Mongoose.
Yeah, it looks like he has 2 Tarmogoyfs in his hand also.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lauren comes back here. He's got a polluted delta in his hand.
Looks like he also has a Batter Skull in his hand.
Yeah.
That's,
Not exactly what he wants in his hand. You'd prefer it. Brainstorm that thing maybe back up to... Well, he had a chance last turn to do it.
Yeah, he did.
So I'd be fascinated to see what his thoughts were on that.
It's not possible that he put the Umazaru's GTA on top of his deck.
We'll see in a second here.
Jeff does not have a
no days.
counter spell.
Okay, there's the Jit.
Wow, this is actually going to be this has potential to be quite dangerous for Jeff. He needs a
Crows and Grip.
Crescent Grip, but he does not get a third land. He does not get a Lightning Bolt. So that Stoneforge Mystic is going to activate. Not even get a Stifle.
Mm.
Yeah, Tarmogoyf seems to be the...
Okay. He will crack Misty Rainforest because he wants to get rid of those cards on top.
There are 2 Tarmogoyfs. Not interested.
Their Volcanic Island will come out. All right, we will have
Shuffling for shuffle every damn shuffling.
Yeah, he's got Lauren has a Jitte and a Batter Skull in his hand.
Both of his equipment, yes.
Yes. Okay. Question over cutting. There's
see that looks like a Star Wars.
Star Wars
ponder.
one.
Tarmogoyf just doesn't want to stay away. Cage Tarmogoyf, Forked Bolt, not what Jeff's interested in.
So he will shuffle that away and hope to hit on his shuffle. All right, here we are approaching close to the 60-minute mark here between these two.
Not surprised.
No. But we are at 1 apiece. Lauren Nolen at 19 life with a Stoneforge Mystic, both Batter Skull and Jitte in his hand. Jeff Rasmussen 18, just played a Ponder, shuffled it away, and has Nimble Mongoose on the board.
So he draws a Stifle. Actually has some value if Lauren lets him untap. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Doing its better than all impression.
And he does, it looks like Lauren has Lingering Souls also in his hand, along with that Batter Skull and another Polluted Delta.
So Lauren seems to be developing well. Over Lauren, I would get that Batter Skull into play. Yep. That prevents Jeff from stifling the germ token trigger.
Yes. Right
A
then, Wasteland.
Wasteland from Jeff. Pretty valuable. That actually is more important as a third land. It's Crossing Grip the Rider Skull. And that is only one, but one is more than zero, so Jeff gets in there.
Yeah, and there's no sense of leaving a pack as a blocker against Stoneforge Mystic. The nice thing about it is Lauren will be able to bring his second piece of equipment in if he so chooses right now.
He can even cast it right now if he wants to
Yeah.
get some counters on it. I believe cast and equip Umezawa's GTA might be Lauren's best play right now.
Okay, as you see, he has the fourth land. He could potentially go to Jace if he so.
Jay's not super exciting now.
Okay, there's the GTA hard cast.
Yep, 2 counters for the GTA, and one of Jeff has 2 Cursor Grips, but one of them was just cast.
Yes.
So this GTA looking to allow Lauren to run away with the game. Stifle drawn for Jeff. Jeff absolutely needs to get Threshold here. He probably needs to start casting other cards. Wow, the other grip.
Two
Brutal,
grips.
yeah.
2 grips meet 2 sets of equipment. Lauren will.
He cannot gain life or do anything with that. He's just making sure his split second means that you cannot respond to it in any
Yes.
way, shape, or form.
So even though that is a high casting cost for the Rug Delver deck, it has now worked twice efficiently in Game 3 here against Lauren Nolen.
It was in fact the highest casting cost.
Yes.
A lot of times what you see out of a Rug Delver deck is Ancient Grudge. That would have been much better for Jeff, but he chose to go with Crossing Grip.
No, split second does help in this case. Here comes Jace.
Let's hope we can get actually like a brainstorm here. Lauren has some. Basically, you decide on your brainstorm and Fate Seal based on how much you need your Planeswalker in play and how bad your hand is.
Okay.
Right now, Lauren's hand's not great. He definitely has a Stoneforge Mystic that he wants to get rid of. And if he did not have the Polluted Delta, I would say he should scry to help improve his hand.
It looks brainstorm. It looks like 2 more lands. Yeah, there's another polluted delta.
So I would imagine that. Alright, so Polluted Delta was not cracked. So looks like Jeff can get ahead quite a bit here. Forked Bolt, your guy. Attack, your guy. Wasteland, your land. Maybe a Stifle from Jeff, but no Stifle.
No?
Decides not to. Gonna save Stifle for something better.
Okay, out comes a land.
Lauren did get hit quite a bit of value out of his Jace. Got a very valuable Brainstorm. And I suppose gained 3 life. There's a Vendilion Click in Lauren's hand, pretty solid.
Yeah, that would.
I believe there's a Lingering Souls as well.
Either card right now would be very helpful to him. Click maybe to get rid of something from Jeff's hand to put it at the bottom of the library. Another fetch land. Looks like he's going to pass the turn.
What that basically knows that he's going to.
Okay, the Spider-Man Ponder.
Oh man, we played 3 Ponders and we've seen them all. He has one left.
Yes, he does, somewhere.
We've already seen these.
Okay.
3 lands, not happening.
He will be shuffling that away quickly. I mean, he could contemplate keeping the Wasteland, but yeah, he's got already more lands in his hand. It's time for Jeff to shuffle that away and get New cards on top of his library. Although he's thinking about it very hard. Okay. So we asked a trivia question earlier yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's 3 of them.
yes, we did. And we talked about it. It's one of my favorite shows. It's one of the reasons how I got drawn to Star City Games is the Magic Show.
Mm-hmm.
The Magic Show was on the premium side.
Mm-hmm.
Now it got moved back to the free side. And Evan, even though his schedule is absolutely ridiculous, he's able to do it every other week. And the set reviews of Brad Nelson are absolutely priceless. I know Evan has, I believe, 5 kids, if I'm not correct. 5, 1, 2, 3, or 5. I think Brad Nelson. I think Brad Nelson is his adopted 6th child.
That's not gonna work out well for Jeff. He should have played his land before attacking. It just drew a lightning bolt, and he can't cast it.
No.
So, Vendilion Click comes down from Lauren. Something may or may not get cast or targeted, or may have an ability, but it's really for the block. It's going to stifle the trigger.
But yes, like you said, had he played the land.
Yeah, as he played his Scalding Tarn, he could crack and bolt the Vendilion Click before blockers.
Okay.
Alright, so Lauren's going to try and respond to the trigger.
Brainstorm. Can't see with Lauren's hand there.
Lauren still being mean. Keeping his cards away from us.
Yeah, Jeff does a very nice job of being able to show us all the cards in his hand. Thank you, Jeff.
Props to Jeff.
Yes. All right, so they trade.
He triggers Stifled. Protects the 2nd Nimble Mongoose in Jeff's hand. Jeff doesn't seem interested in either stifling the land again, because Lauren definitely did had the Brainstorm plus Fetch Land interaction.
Yes.
And Jeff did not seem interested in breaking it up.
I also wonder if he should have, attempted to do it, just because, obviously Lauren wouldn't have cracked the fetch land if his top deck was anything reasonable.
Yes. Alright, looks like a Supreme Verdict for Lauren and Lingering Souls.
Lingering Souls might be the
It's like
correct
another
play here.
Brainstorm.
Oh, no, Lingering Souls.
We're gonna go for the Linker. Lauren had to. Let's see how many Lingering Souls tokens he wants to make. Looks like the answer is 4.
Okay, there he goes. And that would be 4/1/1 spirits.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Jeff cracking his fetch land.
Getting another land here. He still has that wasteland to use, although right now the wasteland.
I actually like Jeff's strategy for this wasteland. I believe he's just like, I'm waiting for Mishra's Factory.
Yes, absolutely. That last time, the game before, Lauren used Misha's Factory very effectively to whittle down Jeff's life total.
Mm-hmm.
Shows that sometimes even fun, classic lands can do a lot of work for you.
The first swordsable creature. Oh, nope, not yet.
Okay, 2.
The goose is loose.
Yes.
So, Lauren going to slightly punish for playing all of his Lingering Souls tokens, because he's going to want to Supreme Verdict these Nimble Mongoose.
Right, he does have another Brainstorm in hand, from what we could see there. Snapcaster Mage.
Mm-hmm.
2 Brainstorms, actually.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Path Dags from Lauren in these sideboarded matches. Jeff does not have any basic lands, so Swords of Plowshares is strictly better than
Swords, the
Swords of
Plowshares,
Plowshares.
yes.
I'm gonna try for Snapcaster Mage. That is going to get likely Brainstorm.
He's gonna let it hit.
He's going to try and triple block, see if he can draw some cards out of Jeff's hand before he Supreme Verdicts. Like the most ideal is if Lauren didn't even have to cast his verdict. I'm gonna bolt the Snapcaster Mage. Brainstorm responds.
Looks like he hit a land there.
The Starforge Mystic will be reasonable for a shuffle. Inquisition of Kozilek as well.
So it looks like the Snapcaster Mage will take the damage, leaving him with one Nimble Mongoose.
And if looks like one's gonna get a free Delver of Secrets with his Supreme Verdict. Excellent play, good patient play. Trying to use the Snapcaster to bait out the Lightning Bolt and a second creature. So we should see an Inquisition. Stifles.
Stifle.
Do you like Stifles?
So we'll get one of them out of his hand.
Yep. And then we'll see a Supreme Verdict, I believe. Not anytime soon.
Okay.
Your verdict is in. Your creatures are dead.
Yeah, your creatures must go. Alright, we still have no update on our other match as 1-1. That would be Michael Burnett playing High Tide against Sam Crollo playing Omnitel. Okay, Tarmogoyf.
Tarmogoyf off the top for Jeff.
He's trying to decide what he should tap.
I mean, it doesn't matter too much. Lauren knows Jeff's hand. So
that is probably going to be a 5-6.
Seems likely. See if Jeff wants to stifle. He does not.
Yeah, I remember when Tarmogoyf came out, and it was a $5 rare.
Of course, so does everybody.
And nobody could figure out how to play it.
Correctly. It's not that it was a confusing card. It was
Yeah.
just that people didn't think the power level was all that high.
No, and then when people finally figured it out,
I actually believe the first place I saw Tarmogoyf being discussed was in Legacy.
Brainstorm by Lauren Nolen. Looks like a Sword to Plowshares.
Alright, so we have an update. Michael Burnett advances to the finals with High Tide. He defeats Sammy Crollo 2-1.
Well, congratulations to Michael to making it to the finals. High Tide in the finals.
So we have a 6-7 Tarmogoyf.
Yes.
Impressive. Even more impressive, Lauren Nolen being able to outlast the High Tide player in the other match.
Right there is an example of what you said about had Lauren brought in the Path to Exiles instead of Swords of Plowshares. Now he gave Jeff, made it harder for Lauren to come here because now he's given up more life to Jeff here, unneeded life. Snapcaster Mage in, Brainstorm.